all the connectome projects in the world are not going to add up to the type of social change that I'm talking about. You know, I mean, let me restate this, because I just think I think I need to restate exactly what I want. I want the medical and scientific community to develop a brain preservation procedure and deploy it in hospitals in a regulated manner to make it available to terminal patients as a choice. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. It's not a it's not a big thing if you really think about it. It could be slid in as a it's a small,
like an organ donation. It could be like you tick a box and it's like with the organ donation.
Well, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying that from a developing a new vaccine would be much more expensive. Developing a new heart procedure would be much more expensive. Hell, doing a connectome of a mouse brain would be way more expensive. This is
why would it be? Oh, you mean because you don't have to image it?
It's exactly. I mean, the technology, the technology for preserving brains is vastly easier to accomplish than the technology to bring people back.
So it's stable, and you've shown that the structures are retained, etc. That's all been shown, documented, etc.
Yeah.
The question is, and that's relatively inexpensive to put in place, to actually do that. It's the piece, and this is the piece that I think gets sort of lost. In order, there are various steps that we don't know how to do, but the first of which would be to actually see it, for it to have a three-dimensional representation of those structures so that it can be brought back. And that's the expensive piece. That's the piece that's expensive in terms of, is that wrong? I just want to make sure.
It's not just expensive, it's completely impossible for the next 50, 100 years. The medical procedure is something that could be very straightforwardly developed at low cost and deployed in hospitals. There are plenty of checks that can be put on top of it, that taking biopsy samples and doing small scale imaging to make sure that you preserve the synaptic structure, doing X-ray scans of the brain as it's being perfused to make sure that you're getting the perfusion correct. There's plenty of things that are absolutely existing technology that could make a brain preservation, a regulated brain preservation procedure in hospitals for terminal patients deployable and reliable, and that should just be done. And I guess what I'm saying beyond that is there is a gulf between deploying that and any type of real revival. And if people are looking for real revival, you've got to accept the idea that if you are demanding real revival or real proof of revival, even if you're talking about a mouse, okay? If you're talking about real revival proof, you're condemning 100 years of people to die for that proof. And that's stupid, so don't do it. Okay? Come up with more reasonable evidence that can be gotten, that can get the same level of scientific rigor to saying how good the preservation is and what we need. Side experiments on how memories are encoded, anything you want, okay? But don't demand this. We're not going to think about it until the first person walks off the table as an upload, because if that's the case, you're condemning 100 years of people to die meaninglessly.